All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So we have some breaking Jets news coming out now. The team has found their next running back coach. It's Nic McKissic-Luke, formerly of the Minnesota Gophers, right? Spent the last 2 seasons with the Gophers, and kind of the elephant in the room here, this is a coach coming in from the collegiate level. To my knowledge, he has not been a coach at the pro level before. 13 years as a coach, all at the collegiate level, handful of years with Youngstown State, and then gets the promotion, jumps over to Northern Illinois, and then of course last 2 seasons with the Gophers, where you take a look at his job that he did there and kind of the reputation. It really seemed like people liked him. Darius Taylor's a young back that they had there, and he had a really productive, all things considered, a really productive sophomore season in 2024, 10 touchdowns, just under 1,000 yards. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he had, he's not on the level of Ashton Genty or, one of these like top tier running backs. But again, all things considered, you're looking at the Big Ten, you're looking at the defenses that are there. I mean, man, he had a pretty big impact, not only just on the ground, but also in the passing game, where he was able to make some plays here and there. But how does he fit with the New York Jets? I got to be honest, I think running back coach, not to downplay any sort of job here, but specifically with the Jets and other destinations, it's definitely different. But specifically with the Jets, I think running back coach, it's probably going to be the easiest transition. Why? Because the Jets are freaking loaded at that spot. Breece Hall, Isaiah Davis, Braylon Allen, you have a ton of talent to work with there. You have 3 young backs who are hungry, 3 backs that you can argue have different strengths and weaknesses, not complete, they're not, stark differences from one another, but man, there's a lot of different things that you can do with this trio of backs. And of course, right, we still have free agency, we still have the draft, but I think the running back position is pretty much fine as it is. And then to kind of, stack on top of the running back position, we have the offensive line figured out as well for the most part, outside of right tackle, but we have the other 4 locked in. John Simpson is someone who did really, really good things for the Jets this past season. Working with, maybe a disadvantage at with the last coach here in Keith Carter, but we're seeing Olu. I mean, man, he looked just like a seasoned pro. I mean, the Jets had him, practicing at right tackle early on. I was extremely high on Olu coming out of the draft, but I didn't think he would look that polished, if I'm being 100% honest, in year 1. So I feel great about that. AVT, there's some ups, there's some downs, but he's still in my opinion, a rock solid player. And then of course, Joe Tippmann going into year 3 here. So a lot of stuff to like on the offensive line, a lot of stuff to love with the running back room. Let's see what happens here. I personally thought that the Jets were going to be targeting Deuce Staley, someone who's been a former player, ultra productive player, someone who has been a fellow coach alongside Aaron Glenn. Felt like that would have made some sense to add kind of a veteran offensive mind to the Jets offensive room, but it's not the case. We are continuing to go young here. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.